or Cryptogasmic educational platform and cryptocurrency investing Facebook group. So we're doing a daily update now on Bitcoin. We're really in an area where, you know, it sounds cliched, but it really can kind of go cycle playing out here. We had a really huge run up in 2017, and you know, I don't need to really go through that too many times because we've been through it again. So those people who kind of got stuck buying anywhere kind of up in here, you've really been washed out of the market. You know, probably even here, people were panic selling right down on this 6,000 bounce. So that's what markets do. They wash people, buy in the right place. It really is the simple logic, but it's really important not to chase things and catch the right moment. So where are we actually going with Bitcoin? If you haven't seen my updates over the last few days, I'll quickly kind of just go through what we've done over the last 10 days. So in our group at Cryptogasmic, we predicted and caught this bottom just here, and we re-entered Bitcoin at 6,800. And we were expecting resistance on this line. As soon as we got resistance, we put out the signal to sell, and we sold our first line of Bitcoin at around about 11,000, so we made really good profit on that. Then we came down here where we tagged the first daily average, okay? 10,700 was the next stop loss, and since then we've sort of just been falling all the way through. And I had one last stop loss around about 9,800, but I advised in yesterday's update that I was going to move that away because that's my last standing from 6,000 from the 6,800 trade. So it's actually been really positive, and we also got Litecoin under 140, which we've now already sold. We made good profit on that. Ethereum we got in really good, and Dash we got in really good, and so we made a lot of good profits. So we've just got to make sure that we make the right moves here, because we really could be going, you know, I mean, it's really obvious. If we don't go up, we're going to go down. It's very obvious, but we really are at that stage. So we've really got to play the game very, very carefully at the moment, because we could easily come down, tag this average, all right? If we do a, you know, we do a big retracement just of this move, and that's not even on the full cycle. So let's look at where we're going here. So this is the way I'm playing Bitcoin now. I don't see it as a time to buy Bitcoin at all. You're either looking to sell or you're looking to hold right now. That may change over the next couple of days, but that's the way I see it right now. So I'm going to play it this way. This is the way I'm recommending to play. And I'm staying out of all these other altcoins at the moment. You can see everything's in red. And until we get the market cap up and running again, there's just no need to play there's no need at the moment, because if we're going to keep falling in US dollar here and our trades are going to fall in US dollar, then we're just doubling our money down. For me personally, if Bitcoin wants to fall to 6 and go up to 12 every single week for the next 10 years of my life, I'm more than happy for it to do that. So there's a couple of levels, again, we have to watch. Obviously, we're going to need to try and come back and test this downward trend again for the third time. Well, we tried kind of here, but it didn't get up through the cloud. So we've tried here, it met resistance, and that was the first place that we thought we'd find resistance, at the bottom of this daily cloud. And we kind of fell off there. Now, there's two ways I'm looking at this. If this here was actually the bottom and we're starting a new Elliott wave, what are the levels we're looking at for resistance on this fall down here? Okay. So I'm looking at the daily at the minute because I don't really want to panic, you know, by looking at smaller time frames. I don't think there's any need to do that. Let me just get rid of these moving averages. So right here where we are now, okay, possibly go sideways for a couple of days, looking at some of the indicators around this, well, I thought 9,800, but we've fallen through there, and, you know, we're trying to, it's really, really important that we start opening and closing above the 9,800. If we start getting down into these levels here, I can see us probably come down and retesting this bottom again, and we could possibly fall through resistance instead of support next time. So the way I'm playing it is this. I have one last little bit of Bitcoin left from this trade, and I was looking to sell at 9.8, but I'm more than happy to let it come down to this level right here, around about the 8,800, 8,700. So if we start opening and closing on a 3-hour on here, I'm going to get out and take my profit. So I've taken really good profit. I took profit at 11,000. I took profit at 10,700. I was looking at 9.8, and now I'll take some profit there from 6,600 entry. So that's been a really good 10, 12 days, adding Litecoin and all those others in there as well. The reason I'm holding on is in case we get a bounce from here and we look to get support. I don't think there's going to be today or the next day, and I think we're going to play around in this area just for a little while. So if this is actually the bottom and we are beginning a new cycle, these are the levels that where we are now. I'm very keen to see where we're going to go. Looking at the indicators, everything's falling pretty hard at the moment. We got pretty oversold, and we're falling on the daily. The 12's right on the floor. Everything's on the floor. So since the last time I looked at it a couple of hours, the hourly has picked up some strength again. Okay. So I really see we're going to see this pattern for another day or two. All right. So I'm really looking to, I wouldn't rush out and buy right now, and I'm also not rushing out to sell. I'm just going to sit in this holding pattern, and I'm looking to see what happens here in the bottom of this cloud here on the 6. Sorry, on the resistance level of the 6. So in my update the other day, I did say I thought we were going to come down to this red cloud and maybe go sideways along here for a little bit. If we start breaking down through this box here and back across this downward trend, I'm definitely getting out. I'm definitely getting out, and then I'm going to be waiting until we get the next support. Okay? And it really, really is that simple. I know it's a bit, a bit cliched. If it doesn't go down, it's going to go up. But that's really where we are in the moment, where we're in this pattern. If we even look in the 3-hour time frame, okay? Again, coming down into the bottom of the green cloud. So we're kind of in that day or two, maybe this week, to decide on where we. 3 hours getting some support now, a little bit, and the 6 hours on the floor, the 12 hours on the floor, dailies on the floor. The weekly, however, still has a lot of momentum. So that's what's keeping me positive at the moment, that we could possibly start to make our move here. So if we do make our move here, where can we possibly go? So let's have a look really quickly. I would obviously expect, this is what I'm expecting, okay? And then we'll look at what happens if what I don't expect happens. I'm kind of expecting us to go sideways here, maybe a little bit down here, 9,000. And I am expecting us to bounce around here and come and test this support level again, which probably at that time is going to be around about the $10,000 mark, maybe above. If we meet resistance there again, that is the point I'm going to get out. So instead of selling here at 988, I'll have an opportunity there to sell at 10,000, 10,200. So we make a little bit of extra money there. Okay. If we break through there, then we're looking at a new run, which could take us towards that 20,000 mark. Okay. I would be expecting something like this to get us up out of here. So maybe down to here, and then a bounce back up, maybe over here like this, to get us out of that red cloud, like this, and then that's the push that starts to hit us up to the 18,000 mark. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen, and I'm hoping that's what happens. And if it does, and we do start to turn and get a little bit of support here, and we do break this trend, I'll probably look to buy back in. If we can get above up 3 to buy something here, because I made some profit on the rest from my 6,800 entry. So even if we go up and we turn around and I stop out, I'm just going to play it very carefully like that. And I'm going to be looking for a target of around about 13,300 and hopefully get us up to the 18. Okay, so now what happens if that doesn't go to plan? So if it doesn't go to plan, I do still think we'll get a little bounce out of here. And I think we're probably just going to test this resistance line one more time in here. So we may come and test 10,000 again. And then I think we'll break down through there. Now, we've got to be really careful, guys, because there is a possibility this could break right down to 3,000, 4,000. You have to remember, back in July. In July, we were still below $1,000, yeah? No, we weren't. Where were we here? Below $2,000. Just in July, in 6 months, okay? So this was a real massive expansion in price. So we've broken down, and we're just now completing this emotional cycle. The exciting thing is, even if it does fall to $3,000 or $4,000, it's going to create amazing buying opportunities. So anybody who chased it up high, your only option right now is to hold it. There's nothing more you can do. And just learn the lesson that, you chase the market, and you can sit back now and go, well yeah, I really learned something, and I can clearly see now that I bought the euphoria of the market, and we're now, there's only two sides to a market, guys. It really is that simple. Okay. I only ever want to be on this side of the market, and I try to get out of this side of the market, but I still work out ways how to buy these swings. We still had, I think it was about a 80% profit in 10 days just on this run. So we need to see. I'm not going to run out and buy any more. I'm still holding my coins from here. And I really do think that we'll get another bounce out of here. Probably over the next 3 or 4 days. I don't think it's going to drop dramatically. And then obviously once we get through there, we're going to be looking again here for this double bottom as another area to bounce. And if we break down and fall down through there, then we're looking at the completion of the full cycle. And we could be looking at 2,000 so kind of just sit tight. And I guess one of the biggest rules in cryptocurrency is patience. You don't need to run out and be buying a trade every single day, guys. This was an amazing trade just in here. And we may get other opportunities on the way down. So if you bought up here, you're stuck with it. If you made really good moves and you got out at the right time, I would just wait. I wouldn't be running back in right now. And let's just see what pans out over the next couple of days, all right? So the bottom line is for me here, around about that 8,900, 8,800. If we break down there from that bottom of that red cloud on the 12-hour, possibly, even the 6-hour, as soon as we break down through here, boom, I'm out. And I'm hoping that we kind of go sideways along this cloud and get another run to at least test this support level again. And if we get through there, then we've got other levels again that we need to get back through. But the bottom line is this. For those people who think we're going to start becoming bullish, we've got a long way for that to happen yet. A lot of levels that we need to get through, okay? Just by showing you the quick trend of 2017. Okay. Just pull this up quickly. Okay, so, what a run in 2017, man. And we're going to get that opportunity again this year, maybe in the second half. So look, you can see here, this was the bullish trend, the parabolic trend that we were on, okay? Hit the line, meeting the top trend, and then boom, we broke through it in December, and now we've crashed back down through it. Now, we tried to get back up through it just here, but until we climb back out of this area, into above here, until we get back up into these levels, what's this? Yeah. Until we can start holding above 12,000 again and making a progression, we're not in a, there's no bull pattern happening, whatever. This could be a bull trap just here. This could be wave one in a new cycle. This could just be, we could just run a consistent down like this. You don't go from $20,000 to $3,000 overnight, guys. Keep that in mind. We could do this the whole way down. Meet the line, drop down, meet the line, and it just washes people out until we get to a point where we want to start a new cycle. Nobody knows where that is yet. There's a lot of external measures, the FUD, the news. I don't think Bitcoin is behaving very well at the moment with their speeds, their times, the amount that it costs to transfer. There's a lot of bad news. So it really needs to get its shit together. And until then, really, that's all we can do. So let's wait and see whether we break down through 8,800. If we do, I'm out. This area in here. Yeah, I mean, if it can happen over the next couple of days, we should come back up and test 11,000 again. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. If I can get out at 10.6, it's better than getting out at 8.6, right? So I'm not panicking just because the price is falling at the moment. I will wait for a bounce and I'll get the next one. And whether we continue will depend on whether we can get ourselves out of this cloud and out of this downward trend. And if we can, we'll update from there. All right, guys. Take it easy and have a great day. Bye-bye.